over to a Facebook community called the Healthy Hustle. We would love to see more women thrive in 2023. And I plan on delivering so much beautiful content, so much strategy, so many free workouts, so many healthy recipes, so many amazing challenges to help women do just that. So definitely invite them over into the Healthy Hustle. If you're already in here, awesome. So before I kind of dive in and talk about motivation, I want to first talk about a very fun event that I just got done talking to my coach about. I decided on hosting a free 90-minute masterclass all about helping women design and amplify their epic life in 2023. Now, I almost didn't do this. This is an event that I've done many, many years. This is actually a masterclass that I've been hired out by several corporations to kind of come in, get their sales teams on board, get them excited, get them ready to go for Q1 and 2. And so it's really a class that I love teaching. I love walking people through it. It comes with a very, very powerful guidebook. Plus, it's going to come with juicy ass coaching and content to really help more women unleash the best versions of them in the next 365 days. But so yeah, I was talking to my coach. I was like, I don't know if I want to do this, and I don't want to know if I want to do this for free or put this out there anymore. And he's like, well, why wouldn't you? And I'm like, you know what? That's a great question. And the real question is, why wouldn't I? Right? I love hosting this class. So I might as well do it for every woman who is dead freaking serious about literally designing and amplifying her best life in the next couple of months. So what you're going to learn in this masterclass, yes, it's free. Yes, it's 90 minutes of your time. It might be the best 90 fucking minutes of your time of like the entire year. Okay. So it is guaranteed to really help you up level in your life. It's also designed to help, really designed to help purpose-driven lady bosses. So driven females who are ready to amplify their life, their health, and their careers or businesses in 2023. So what women are going to learn on this masterclass, you're going to be able to identify your vision for 2023. You're going to create a personalized roadmap for your success so that you actually can achieve all your goals. You're going to learn my biggest secrets that are going to help you manifest your epic life so that you can really step into the greatest version of yourself in 2023. And then, of course, using the magic tools and modalities of NLP, which I am board certified to teach in, I am going to help you imprint your future goals into your 2023 timeline. Now, if you have no idea what the hell that means, awesome, because I'm the one certified in all of this stuff. I don't expect you to know what modalities or NLP or imprinting future goals into your timeline is. Just trust that I am your new bestie on helping you reach all of your goals in 2023. And I will use every tool, every modality in the book to help you do just that. So besides 90 minutes of your time, what's included? Well, you're going to get a step-by-step guidebook. It's called Design and Amplify Your Epic Life. It's a step-by-step guidebook that's going to help you start to unpack what your vision is. It's going to help you unpack and do some reflection on the past year because that's important. And then, of course, together on the masterclass, we are going to create that personal roadmap for your success. So if you are interested in that, go ahead and there is a link below. It links you to the Facebook event page. You can read more about it. You can sign up. It is completely free. Just know that when you show up, I am going to guide you, mentor you, and help boss you up to the next level. That is guaranteed. Okay, so let's get into talking about motivation. Go ahead and grab your favorite pen and paper and let's get started. So I think when we talk about motivation, we do have to ask ourselves this really important question. What moves me? What motivates me to work towards my goals? If you don't know what moves you and you don't know what motivates you to work towards your goals, that's probably one of your biggest mistakes that you're making. So many women go out there and set powerful goals. They set intentions. They set I'm going to do X this month, or I'm going to go do January. But if you don't know why that's important to you, you're going to have a hard time sticking to it. Okay. And those are just small goals. So I want you to think about the goals that you're like, I want to lose 50 pounds. I want to make this year the best year yet. I want to make this is the year that I'm going to stand up for myself. I'm going to finally take care of me. I'm going to put me first. I'm going to, learn how to be the best version of me. These are big goals. And if you don't know why you want to achieve them, you don't know what is going to motivate you every single day so that you can show up every single day for the stuff that you need to do, you're going to have hands down big problems. Okay. I see it. I've been in this industry for 10 plus years. I have learned how to not just lose the weight, but keep it off forever. I literally have worked with hundreds of women. I've helped them break through their limiting beliefs, break through the bullshit that has been keeping them stuck. And the very first thing that I do with all of my elite clients is I figure out what motivates them. Right. And then we have to figure out why that those goals are really important. So understanding motivation is the key to all success. And today we're going to talk about how you can stay motivated while working towards your weight loss or your health goals in 2023. At its core, motivation is the force that drives you to perform a task or behavior. It's why you get up in the morning, brush your teeth, and go to work. You probably don't notice your motivation until you feel like it's gone. But in reality, many things drive you each and every day, even if you are unaware of them unconsciously. So I want you to ask yourself, have you ever caught yourself asking any of the following questions? Why is it so hard for me to stick to my diet? How can I make myself like vegetables? Will I ever learn to enjoy exercising? Why do I keep losing control of my willpower? Why isn't maintaining my autoimmune disease motivation enough to keep me on track, right? Because if you have an autoimmune disease, if you have a major gut health issue, if you have some kind of major disease or sickness, maybe you're diabetic or pre-diabetic, you may be catching yourself. Why isn't this diagnosis something important enough to me for me to actually make myself a priority? These are big questions that kind of run through a lot of our heads. Has anyone ever caught themselves thinking, why can't I stay motivated? You would think that I just got the worst news of my life. Why can't I stay motivated? Maybe there's something wrong with me. Have you ever caught yourself starting to think like that? That itty bitty shitty committee inside your head is starting to get the best version of you? Drop a number 1 in the chat if you've literally, and I want you to be honest, because if you can't be honest with yourself, then there's no hope for you in transforming your life, your health, your body. Okay, so honesty, kind of the sense of awareness has to be number 1. Okay, but have you ever caught yourself thinking that stuff? Have you ever caught yourself, tearing yourself apart because you couldn't stick to the meal plan, or you couldn't stick to the workout plan, or you couldn't even remember to take your supplements that help you feel good? There are a lot of possible answers to any of one of those questions. A lack of motivation is one of the most commonly cited barriers for weight loss. How motivated are you to lose weight is going to depend on numerous factors, including where your motivation comes from. Now, there are 2 main different types of motivation: intrinsic and extrinsic. Intrinsic motivation, it's interesting, right? This type of motivation in which an individual is motivated by internal desires and is satisfied when internally rewarded. So let me give you an example. I had a client, we'll just call her Sarah. And let's say Sarah has set herself a goal at the beginning of the year to lose some weight and become healthier. Let's also imagine that Sarah's reason for pursuing this path of fitness and wellness is to improve her health and to feel better about her appearance. Now, since Sarah's desires to change come from within, her motivation is intrinsic. Extrinsic motivation, on the other hand, is a type of motivation in which an individual is motivated by external desires or external rewards. Okay. So rather than being motivated by the need to look better and feel healthier on the inside, let's say Sarah was feeling a lot of pressure from her partner. Her partner has been on her. He's like, girl, you need to lose some weight. I'm so sick of you complaining about your life. I'm so sick of you, trying all these new diets. Why don't you just figure it out and get to it, right? Start slimming down so that you can improve your physique. There are lots of external factors there, right? Her partner is encouraging her. He's, mentioning what, just stick to something specific, something external, and just do it, right? There is a lot of pressure from her partner. Now, since this pressure comes from the outside source, this is a great example of extrinsic motivation, right? Internal or external motivation. Now, there are tons of benefits to knowing what is your style of motivation, and none of them are right or wrong. Okay. At some of my goals, I'm very internally motivated. Some of my goals are very external motivated. I'm very motivated by seeing money literally appear in my bank account, right? That pushes me to work harder in my business. It pushes me to develop more programs. It pushes me to just live my best life, right? But money is the motivating factor, and money is external. When it came down to my health goals of not just of losing close to 100 pounds, I was both. I was external, right? I wanted to look good. I wanted to feel good. I wanted to feel sexy for my husband. I wanted to show up in lingerie and finally feel confident in my skin. I wanted to just, I wanted that for him. I wanted my kids to see what a healthy mom looked like. But on the inside, I so desperately wanted it too. I tapped into internal and external. So like I said, there's no right or wrong, and every goal, depending on what your goal is, maybe it's a financial goal, maybe it's a health goal, maybe it's a relationship goal, maybe it's a communication goal. It doesn't matter. You need to figure out if it's going to be internal, external. Okay. So some benefits to figuring all this out. Number one, it's going to help you change your behavior. So depending on your motivation, it'll alter your mindset. Where one motivation style could discourage you long term, another could give you deep personal meaning to push yourself forward. A second benefit to knowing what style of motivation is your main style, it gives you a deeper sense of satisfaction. Your motivational style will push you to be setting goals that you actually care about most. This translates into satisfaction as you are motivated to complete the goals you actually care about. So every year, remember I was talking about the setting goals and intentions and visions for your following upcoming year. One of the biggest things for that is I ask women to know, like, what are your goals? What are your specific goals? Because quite often women will set goals because everybody else around them is setting similar goals. Right? If you're at a New Year's Eve party and everyone's talking about how they're going to get healthy in the new year, you may very well be internally motivated by hearing all of them say those things. And you say, wow, maybe I should set a health goal. Okay. Or you could be at a company party and you could be watching everybody get up and get awards and, get their bonuses and all those jazz things. And as you're watching everyone go up and receive their awards, maybe you're now externally motivated to set a goal to, next year I'm going to be up there too. Okay. So either way, it's important to set goals that are important to you, because if you deep down internally, unconsciously don't really care about that goal, you are not going to be motivated throughout that entire year to do it. Okay. The third benefit is to grow your interest. So if you have no motivation, you will not spend time on doing anything that's going to help you reach that goal. Having the right motivation means dwelling on something that helps you build interest in that area. So I want to go back to when I was starting to lose all of the fat off my body. I literally became obsessed with becoming I wanted to be the healthiest version of me. Okay. I quit smoking. I went from 2 packs to 0. I started taking care of my body. I started getting sleep at night. I started reading books. I started listening to YouTube videos. I became obsessed with becoming healthy. And that kept me motivated, right? It grew interest. So many of my clients that come to me, they're like, oh, things get hard. I'm like, yeah, life's always going to be hard. Life's always going to kick you on your ass, especially when you start something new. Okay. But you have to surround yourself with people, with places, with things that are going to keep you interested. Okay. So I just kind of want you to think about that, kind of chew on that. And the fourth reason why it's important to know your motivation style is that it helps you develop traits that serve you. So goals are all about habit building. And when you have the motivation to go through these, you're developing now new traits, new habits, new behaviors. These habits and behaviors will help you in that specific situation so that you can be used in any different scenarios. Okay. So, yes, you do need to figure out what your motivation style is. You need to take some time to figure that out. Plus, you need to ask yourself, what area in my life am I really excelling in? So some people, their health is complete shit, but they're totally excelling in their business. Well, I ask them, I say, well, what are you doing in your business that's really keeping you motivated to want to work hard? And they're like, oh, well, I have a mastermind group and I have a coach and I have this and I have that. And I listen to podcasts and I read books. And I spend time like thinking about my business. I'm like, okay, great. So now how can you shift all of that, or at least part of it, and focus now on your health? I mean, I'm so sick and tired of women thriving in one area and then they're literally surviving when it comes to their most important piece, which is themselves, their bodies, their minds, their gut health, their stress levels. They're through the roof because they're too busy focusing on one major area that is producing great things right now in their life, and they're really not producing in the other areas. Okay. I believe that our health is our true wealth. It is the foundation for everything. It is how I keep up with a multi six-figure business. It's how I keep up running a team. It's how I keep up with helping hundreds of clients. Like, my health is my wealth. If I didn't have my wealth, I would have nothing, right? No energy. I can have all the money in the world, but if I don't have my health, I can't go out and do all those fun things that I've been dreaming about. Okay. So you have to understand and you have to figure out where in your life you're thriving. Ask yourself why you're thriving in that area. And then I want you to just take some of those tips and strategies and put them over in on your health side or your relationship side or your money side. So here are 9 ways to increase your motivation. Okay. And if you guys have any questions about any of this, just drop them in the chat. I will go back and answer them. If you don't want to put anything in the chat, send me a DM, send me an email. Get hooked up with me, right? Like, let's book a call if you're like, holy shit, I need you in my life. Okay, so here are 9 ways to increase your motivation. Number 1, set realistic goals, ladies. Come on, right? Like, we have been told by if you've attended a conference, if you've attended one of my NLP retreats, yes, we work on the SMART goal method. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. So let me remind you what that SMART method is. Right? Because so many women set unrealistic goals. They set expectations for themselves that pretty much sets them up to fail. Okay. So when clients come to me, I'm like, okay, is this a SMART goal, right? Is it specific? Is it measurable? Is it obtainable? Is it realistic? And is it timely? So let me just quickly give you that. If you've never heard of the SMART method, or if you need a refresher, I want you to just write this down. S stands for SMART, or for specific, right? So instead of losing weight, make your goal something like melt 15 pounds off by eating healthy food and working out 5 days a week. Maybe that is the goal, because losing weight is so vague, right? Losing weight is so vague. Maybe your goal is, I want to become financially free. Great goal, right? But it's still very vague. So instead, maybe that financial goal would be I want to pay off all 3 credit cards, and I want to finally be able to put money back into my IRA. See the difference? It's specific. Okay. Number 2 is measurable. Measurable, not number 2, but the second part of the SMART system is measurable. So how will you measure your progress? Are you going to look at it daily, weekly, or monthly? So every week I ask my clients, every Friday, I'm like, girl, I ask them to track their progress. I ask them to take videos. I ask them to take photos. I ask them to weigh in. Okay. I ask them to kind of check in with themselves and ask, am I actually doing the things that I need to do in order to reach my goal? Tracking. Okay. The third part is obtainable. Set goals that are slightly outside of your comfort zone, but definitely not too difficult to achieve. When I get on the phone with women, the very first call, like, I ask them what they want. And I just got off a call on Friday, and she was like, well, I just had a baby. I'm in a wedding in like 4 months, and I need to lose like 50 pounds. And I'm like, Okay. I mean, we could realistically, could it happen? Absolutely. There's a lot of crash diets. There's a lot of starvation, shitty diets out there that could help her reach that goal. But I'm all about long-term stability, health. Like, I'm all about teaching women how to build those habits so that once they lose the weight, they never have to worry about gaining it back. That to me is more important than the quick fix. Okay, so if I don't teach her the right way, guess what? When she has another baby, she gains all the weight. She's going to do the same shitty diets again. She's going to all of a sudden find herself yo-yo dieting, which is going to crash and affect her metabolism. And then in 10 years, she's going to be calling me back and saying, okay, now I'm ready to learn a sustainable way. Okay, a healthier way. And now, unfortunately, instead of just working on like clean eating and getting back to the gym and getting some sleep and drinking more water, we're now focusing on rebooting her metabolism, cleaning out her gut health, a lot harder things. Okay. Doable? Yes, of course. Anything is doable. There's always a way. But she's going to take the harder route if she continues looking for the cheap, the quick fixes now. Okay. So obtainable. Make sure they're obtainable, you guys. If you've not worked out and set, if your goal, if you're like, nope, I'm going to work out 7 days a week. I'm saying, okay, when's the last time you worked out 7 days a week? And she's like never. I'm like, okay, then that's not a really obtainable goal because you've never done that. That's maybe a stretch goal. That's something we can work towards, but let's just get to going to the gym 3 days a week, right? That's more obtainable, especially for your busy lifestyle. That third part is realistic. Make sure you're setting realistic goals, something you can stick to long term. So like losing 30 pounds in a month is not very realistic, you guys. Is it doable? Sure. I've had clients lose 25 pounds in 21 days, the healthy way, right? But that's not what most of my clients are doing. Yes, it's possible. Depends on your body. Okay. I'm not saying that it's not, but losing 1 or 2 pounds per week is more realistic. It is more obtainable and it is more sustainable. The last one is timely. So set a completion date for your goals. Break down your main goal. Maybe you want to lose 15 pounds into smaller goals, something that you can achieve. Focus on losing 5 pounds first. Focusing on going just to the gym. Focus on eating just your meal plan. Focus in on just intuitive eating. Just focus in on those small things because I promise you those small little baby goals are going to equal big ass goals that you're going to be so in love with. Okay. All right. Number 2, I promise we'll be flying by these here in a minute. So number 2 is you could record your food intake and exercise. So we're talking about how to stay motivated towards losing weight and getting into the best shape of your life in 2023. So one of the things that I do is I record all of my food and I definitely record all of my exercise. So recording what you eat and how much you eat and how much you exercise actually increases your mindfulness and helps you stay on track with your goals. It helps you stay motivated towards working towards your goals. It helps you evaluate what's working best and what might not be working so well. Okay. So there are lots of different ways you can record your food or record your exercise. When it comes to food, you could go the old fashioned way, pen and paper, but it's really hard to track that. Like if you're out and about, if you're like, oh, I was at a networking event and I had 5 pieces of cheese and a glass of wine, right? So I record most of my food and I encourage my clients to do it on, it's called an app called Lose It. Lose, Lose It. Okay. Now my exercise, I'm definitely recording on pen and paper because I'm in the gym writing everything down, how much weight I pushed, how many reps I was able to get it to. And that really does motivate the shit out of me, you guys, because if I know that I've bench pressed 185 and I am now able to do 200 pounds, you can believe that I want to go back in that day. And I'm like, man, I remember when 185 was a struggle. I remember, ladies, when I was bench pressing just the 45-pound bar and I was like, right. And here I am, benching my freaking weight, like, and then some, okay. Multiple reps. It feels really good. It like really fuels me up. It fires me up. Makes me feel super motivated. Okay. So number 2 on motivation is engage in positive self-talk. The biggest way to lose motivation is to talk shit to yourself. No one can motivate you like you can. Your thoughts matter. Yes, I knew you probably thought that this was coming. I am the #1 mindset coach. I help women how to create a positive self-image. I help women create a positive self-talk. I help women create a positive way of living. And we do that through our thoughts and our beliefs and our behaviors and our patterns. Okay. So, #3 is all about being gentle and compassionate with yourself. If you miss a workout, don't like literally beat yourself up. If you eat one Oreo, don't say, fuck it, I guess I'll just start tomorrow. So you chow down on everything today. Like, say, you got this, Karissa, hit the reset. The next meal is going to be clean. Okay. So positive self-talk is huge. #4 is to make a checklist on your calendar. I don't know about you, but I am incredibly motivated with checklists and calendars. And so like I will print me off a mini 30-day calendar. I will cross off every day that I did the things that I wanted to do to help me get healthy. So if you're a checklist kind of gal, make your checklist, create a calendar and get to it. #5 is to keep a weight loss journal. So maybe writing in a journal helps you stay connected to your thoughts and your emotions around weight loss. You can use a journal to record your food intake or your exercise, but the important thing here is to just write and reflect from day to day how you were able to stick up for yourself, go to the gym. Like it just feels really good to journal, right? So journaling is a way you can keep yourself motivated. #6 is you can do activities that you enjoy. All right. So physical activities, certain exercise moves, if you don't enjoy them, why the hell are you doing them? Because if you don't enjoy certain kinds of body movement or certain kinds of food, you're not going to stick with it. Okay. So do activities like eating foods that you love, moving your body the way you love to move it. These are huge, huge. Okay. Do the things you love. Quit thinking, oh, I've got to go hop on the treadmill for 60 freaking minutes because that's what my friends are doing right now. And they're burning all the calories and blah, blah, blah. If you don't love doing it, you're not going to do it long term. #7 is to fight workout boredom. Okay. So I see this a lot happen. Women do the same thing over and over and over and over and over. And oh my God, I just fell asleep. Yeah, they do the same things all the time with their workouts and their food, and it's so boring. Okay, so after like 5 months of doing the same shit, they're like, oh, I'm just gonna skip today because I'm kind of bored, or I'm gonna go try something new, but they never end up doing it. So in order to fight workout boredom, I want you to think about all the different things that you could do to move your body, the things you could do to exercise, and make this like fun, flexible movement part of your everyday. Maybe one day you go out for a walk. Maybe the next day you go for a kayak ride. Maybe the next day you're doing strength training. Then maybe you go to bar class. Do something fun. Mix it up. Plus, your body's going to love you. You're not going to be stuck in that stuck state. I mean, say you're losing a lot of weight and you get to the point where you're not losing that plateau and you're like, what's wrong with me? And so you start like changing all kinds of things up when in fact you just probably need to change up your workouts or change up your food. Okay. #8 is to find a weight loss or workout buddy, right? We all know friends and family can help us stay motivated, but where people go wrong is they don't have an accountability, like a workout buddy that's like 10 times advanced. So every time I'm talking about a weight loss or a workout buddy, I'm talking about you finding your fucking maverick. Okay. So why would you go to your best friend who struggles with all the same stuff that you do? And why would you guys sit down over coffee and say, okay, this is the year we're going to do it. We're going to stick to it. We're going to go to the workout at 6 a.m. We're going to eat clean, blah, 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 blah. You don't want to go to the woman who's at the same level as you. So what is a maverick? A maverick is someone 10 times better than you. I would never hire a coach who isn't earning 6 figures, because I want to be a 7 and 8 figure earner. So I want a business coach that is literally well beyond where I'm at. If you're hiring a health coach, you would better find a health coach that is way beyond where you're at. Okay. Not still struggling with trying to eat clean and move her body herself. Okay. So find someone who's 10 times more advanced than you. And number nine, to stay motivated, right? The nine, I could probably come up with like 100 things that I do to keep me motivated each and every day, because motivation isn't something that you always feel. It's not something that you can go to freaking, Trader Joe's and pick up a bottle of it and chug it down. Motivation can and will run out if you don't continue to feed your tank. So number 9 comes in with getting support. Reach out for support, right? If you have depression or anxiety, that makes it really hard to stick with a weight loss plan. So talk to a therapist, hire a coach, okay? Because you may be trying to like reach these goals, but this is like you trying to push up, a 20-pound boulder up a mountain, or across the Grand Canyon, if you've got some kind of depression or anxiety that you are really stuck with right now. So if you've got any, yes, it can happen. I've learned how to overcome my depression, by choosing me and by working on me without all the medication, right? Because there was once a time that I was on lots of antidepressants and anti-anger medication, because I had so much inner stuff that I had to heal. So it can be done, but it's like taking the longest route possible to the top. Okay. It's like, oh my God, this is so hard. So if you're trying to reach any health goals and you suffer with depression or anxiety, first, work with a coach or a professional or a therapist that can actually give you tools to help you cope, and work with a mindset coach like me that can help you change your negative thought patterns, that can help you truly heal from that inner bullshit that's keeping you held back. And only then can you release the anxiety, let go of the depression, because there's a reason why it's in your life. Maybe it's protecting you with something. I know it's a super weird way to look at it, but when we can get to the root cause of why you have all this depression or why you have all this anxiety, only then can we truly heal. Okay. So if you need support, get it. All right. So with that, I'm going to leave you with a challenge that I want all of you to think about. I want every single one of you to look at that list of 9 things that I gave you. And I want you to pick 1 or 2 things that you feel comfortable trying. Right? As the queen of habit change, we know we can't change all of our habits at once. And so I want you to pick 1 or 2 habits that is really going to allow you to feel motivated over the next 2, 3, or 4 weeks. Okay. So that's what I'm going to leave you with at today. I hope you've enjoyed this training session. Again, if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, feel free to drop them in the chat. Feel free to send me a DM. If you are a woman who knows she is meant for more and you are ready to boss up and lose that weight, if you're ready to change the way your thought patterns are so you can truly change your environment, hit me up. I would love to hop on a call and see if we would be a good fit. And I only work with women who A, know they're meant for more, B, are willing to do the work to get there, and C, are really powerful decision makers, right? They're women who are ready to step up to the fucking plate and do life like in the great lane. Okay. So if that's you, definitely book a call. I'd love to see if I can help you and support you and mentor you into greatness. If you're all good, feel free to drop in the chat your aha from today's session. What did you really appreciate about today's training? And I do hope that you will consider joining us for the Amplify and Design Your Epic Life in 2023 event. It's free and it is for lady bosses who are ready to step up to the plate. All right, ladies, have a beautiful day. And I hope to see you next week as we talk all about stress. And I'm going to lead you on a very powerful guided meditation that will help you let go of that stress and step into the best self that you is possible. Have a beautiful day.